It's time to talk about the brand new VR games coming out in March, and oh my goodness, is it one hell of a freaking lineup. We've got some pretty big bangers coming out across March. I feel like this is the year finally kicking off, which I am stupidly excited about it as it's been so damn quiet for the first section of this year. I mean, better than some other years, but nonetheless, man, March is where it's at. We're about to friggin' kick off 2025. Now, of course, before we dive into this, I do ask one simple favor. If you enjoy this video, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel or you watch these videos unsubscribed, maybe take that time to hit that friggin' subscribe button as well, because it makes a big difference to me and it'll make a big difference to you. You'll get served these videos even more when they drop. Everyone wins. For the first game we have on the list is Path of Fury. Now this looks like a really weird and wacky 80s style sort of action hero movie, very VHS tape looking type experience. I mean, that is a lot of words I've just said, but nonetheless, this looks really interesting and it's going to be episode 1 we're going to get to dive into and check out. I'm pretty excited to try this one, to be honest. It's got a bit of a style about it that kind of intrigues me. So yeah, it's definitely tickled me intrigued. So I want to dive into and play this sort of kung fu fighty experience myself and just see how it feels. Next up we have Dig VR making its way to the PSVR 2 and PCVR. Now of course this came out on Quest last year and now finally it's making its way to other platforms. I mean, this is a pretty fun game, I'll be honest with you. It's on the surface, you'll think like, why would I care about this game? But actually when you get into there, it's kind of fun to play. It's got a lot to do in there and it's going to keep you busy for a while. If you like your simulator type experiences, this one's definitely going to be for you. Of course, you become essentially a digger driver inside of this game, but you get to work your way up doing a bunch of different other stuff. Like I said, surprisingly fun to play, so a good game all round. Next up, we have one of our hard hitters hitting this month, and please don't be an absolute trash pile again. It's Hitman World of Assassination. Now, of course, we've seen this game released so many times in virtual reality at this point. We had it on the PSVR 1, it was trash. We had it on PCVR, it was pretty trash. We had it on Quest, it was abysmal, like actual poo-poo coming out of a bottom bad. Yeah, they haven't got exactly the best track record, but apparently this one is supposed to fix all of the issues it's ever had, and it's going to be fantastic. I guess let's wait and find out. I would say probably keep your money close to your chest before you invest in this game, especially being a PSVR 2 game. You cannot get your money back if it is crap, so I would say wait until the reviews come out and say whether this is good or bad. Holy crap, I really hope this is good. It would be great, but if it is good, it really needs to bleed into those other platforms and fix the issues that they have on the other ones as well, because it would kind of suck to have this only be good on PSVR 2 and still suck everywhere else. Nonetheless though, it's coming, and it might be trash. Or might be good, who knows. Next up we have The Living Remain making its way over to Quest and coming out of early access into a full title on PCVR. This is actually a game that I really genuinely love. It's made by a small development team of really passionate people that just make good games. I'd really love to see this do well on the Quest. It is essentially a zombie apocalypse game, of course, we all know those, there's so many of them. But nonetheless, this one has a bit of a twist. It's got a bit more of a story-driven aspect to this, where you're actually going to be traveling through as a father just trying to make his way back to his family. Throughout this adventure you get to do a ton of really cool stuff. Like I said, I personally really enjoyed playing through this game. I highly recommend it, and I think you guys and girls are going to really enjoy this too. So it's coming out on Quest this month, don't miss this title. Next up we have Lovesick, and this is a bit of a weird artsy game, so if you're into those, this might be for you. This is about a band who get stuck in a different alternate reality and you need to make your way back. Yeah, it's pretty weird, pretty wonderful looking. I don't know, not really for me, I'll be honest with you, but nonetheless, if you're looking forward to a game like this, if you like quite artsy type style games, maybe this would be for you. Next up we have Mythic Realms, and this is a new mixed reality game coming your way. It's posing itself to be a roguelite type adventure, but in your living room. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the way this game looks, to be honest with you. It's not particularly my style. I prefer a little bit more realism to what I'm playing, but nonetheless, this game is definitely pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to trying this one out for myself. Of course, I haven't yet because it's not out, but when I have, I'll definitely let you know whether this is good or bad, or a little bit of both. Who really knows? But when I do get a chance to try it, I'll let you know. Next up is the game that honestly, save your money for, get ready to purchase. It's Wanderer Fragments of Fate. I have been waiting so damn long for this game to come out at this point. It's been delayed several times, but we finally have a release date set in March. Set in stone, unless the game does something mental, they are absolutely going to release at this set point now. March is the friggin' month. If you're unaware of what this game is, you play as a time traveler who is going to be solving puzzles in an action-adventure type scenario with just honestly some of the more advanced mechanics we've seen since probably Half-Life Alyx. I'm very, very, very excited for this, and it has potential to actually be a proper game of the year situation, so I'm very hopeful that this is going to deliver on what it promises. I mean, honestly, I've spoken to the team. I know this game is going to be something very special, so I'm just very, very excited for this to finally drop, and you should be too. Get ready, because this is going to be the banger of the year, I'm telling you. Next up, we have Vertigo 2's DLC Into the Ether dropping as well in March. Now, this is a huge DLC pack dropping for the PCVR to start with, and then it's going to bleed over into the PSVR 2 later after that. This is pretty exciting though, nonetheless. It's going to be a huge DLC pack coming to the game, and I'm very excited to try it out. Kind of has some parkour random elements where you're going to have grappling hooks swinging around. Not only that, but this game just has such a fun vibe throughout it anyway. If you haven't played the Vertigo series 1 and 2, I highly recommend you play it. If you own a PSVR 2, the second game is on there. Sadly, not the first one. I don't know why that is why it is. But nonetheless, I highly recommend you check these games out. They're really bloody fun. Physics, fun, just adventure, madness with a bit of comedy mixed in on top of it. Next up, we have another big hitter, and that is Hellsplit Arena is coming out in March. Now, I am really excited for this. I loved this game when I used to play it on PCVR way back in the day, and now it's finally making its way over to Quest users. I'm very excited to try this one. I really hope that they've kept at its core just how beautiful this game was. I mean, it's going to be on a mobile chip, so we'll see how they've managed to do that. Although I do have a lot of faith in this team to have pulled this off. They've held on to this for a really long time, so I'm assuming that this is going to be a banger, but of course, as always, I'll let you know when it comes out. If you're unaware of what this is, it is an arena brawler essentially, where you're going to get in there and kick the living snot out of a bunch of stuff. But where this game really comes to life, in my opinion, is in the sandbox side of things. It's just so fun to get in there and just do some insane crap. It's incredibly brutal from the fact that you can literally punch into someone's chest and rip their heart out of these zombies. You can literally pull their head off and, you know, spine attached. It's pretty grim, so you can do a lot of pretty mental stuff inside of this. I don't know if the modding side's going to come to the Quest right away as well, but there is a heavy modding community around this on the PC side of things, so perhaps, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that just yet, but I'll let you know when I get to talk about this game in its entirety. Other than that though, this is going to be exciting, so I cannot wait for this to come to Quest. And next up, it seems to be the month of simulators. We have Train Sim VR New York that is going to be making its way to the Quest. I mean, yeah, I can't say I'm excited about this because I really don't care about it, but I know a ton of you will, so I'm still here to tell you about it. Of course, this is going to be that full-on experience of the train sim games, but now brought into virtual reality so that you can enjoy this for yourself in a first-person experience. You know, we're actually in the bloody game. It's going to be really, really cool for people that are fans of this game. Of course, like I said, it's definitely not for me, but I know that there is a huge audience out there, again, of people that love these games. And that is going to do it for this video, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. There is a ton to be excited about in March, and I'll be honest with you, as I always say at the end of these videos with these sort of monthly roundup ones of stuff that's coming out, there's more that's coming, you just don't know it yet, and I can't talk about it. But we already have a hell of a lineup, so I don't think you need to be too worried about what we have going on here. Anyway, if you like this video, like it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.